engineer, see where we are in the stream. We want to sue somebody. We don't want to sue somebody. We want to know if we can sue somebody. So I went to TMC and said, so how come you guys don't have anything on like patents and IP and knowledge on that? And they said, good idea. When do you want to do it? Okay. I'm like, oh yeah, right. So yes is really the objective there. But next door, I can always use filled seats after this is over if you want to wander next door and get an idea. Some of the sessions we're doing today are where in the ecosystem or ecosystem you are regarding if you owned a patent, if you had a patent, if you have a new business, and how are you going to protect your property and your intelligence, and what other people are going to come in and use it. I know, for example, Kaleidoscope, who's back here in the back, has a new technology or a way of applying technology that's differently as they present to the public, and I think that's a really cool idea. But not only is it a big screen, but it's what they have behind it. Well, how are they going to protect that, and how are they going to know how to protect it? So in telecom, I'm trying to bring some of these things in. If you guys are a VAR and an integrator, whose technology are you using, and what happens if you sold that product some way down the line and somewhere in the middle of that was protected, or somebody's going to start suing somebody because, time to sue this person. Well, what's going to happen to you guys, and how are you going to be affected? So in reality, I'm trying to bring all these things up at the end. I don't know if you guys have heard about trollers. Trollers are companies that go out and buy, let's see, that would be Google, and that would be the house they turn into a troller. But they're really big companies that own a lot of money or have a lot of money, and they want to own a lot of patents, and they want to own them so they can have a licensing fee, royalty rights, and the ability to sue. So they can go and say, okay, I now own this, and guess what, I could care less. But do you know that? And the concept is, have you been in business long enough? Is it in the public domain? So all these really cool things that even I didn't know about. So I have attorneys, I have inventors, I have all sorts of different people that are there. And the people that have been there, I've got a guy who came to this conference who owns a refuge company.
Refugee?
No.
Tire recycling.
Garbage company.
Oh.
Not a refuge. Refuge. That was a garbage company, and they have trucks, and they have technology, and all this stuff. And I thought, I never would have thought these guys would have come to a telecom show. But guess what? They did. And they're sitting there diligently listening for the last 2 days. I'm going, ooh. And at the end of the show, I said, did you get anything out of it? And they're like, oh my God, you have no idea. So I'm thinking, this isn't so bad. But did I have many of my telecom companies? No, not this time, but I will for next time. So I encourage you guys to come over and look, or at least look at the ones that are on the sessions. I left some agendas with you, but I'll grab them and come over. Right now, we're talking about the role of the inventor versus where it is in the middle and the patent. But brief background, I'm an aeronautical engineer by trade. I flew for the United States Air Force for 12 years. I left them, went to work for Minolta for 12 years, and I'm one leading sales rep in the United States. And not because I competed against anybody else, because I only compete against me. There is not anybody else. There is no form of competition. People say, oh, you sold copiers? Ooh, yuck, I would never do that. And I'm like, oh, what great fun. And they say, well, how do you take rejection? I said, what rejection? When you know that there is a rejection when someone slams that door in your face and you only say, ooh, they closed the door in my face. How can I get up to open it so I can see them again? That's every day part of our lives if you're in this industry. So learn how to do it, understand it, and never be hurt by it, because interestingly enough, when you hang up the phone and you've been really nice to them, and you never know who's going to call back. My biggest order that I ever had in my life was from a lady who said, we've got Toshibas, we're just fine. And I thought, Toshibas, really? Okay, well, that's a great product. I think you'll do very well with it. But, you're coming into the San Diego area, and I can get your machine in the next couple days. I know your staff is already up and working, and they don't have a copier. Let me put one in on trial and, see if you like it. She said, no, thank you, I'll have a Toshiba. Well, apparently Toshiba didn't want to put a trial out there, or a demo out there. She called me. I got the demo. Not only get the demo, but I got 20,000 machines out of them over the next 10 years. So from a lady who said, no, thank you very much, and hung up. I was like, wow. So there is no form of rejection. I used to play a game in the buildings, which was, I wanted to know what every copier in every building in every area was, and who owned it, so to speak. So was it the receptionist that really owned the rights to that? Was it the business manager? Was it the CEO of the company? Was it the attorney? Oh, God forbid. And then, so who really knew about it? And for 10 years, I'd play this game. It was called cold calling. And I went in, I said, before I got to the door, who they are, what they had, how long they had it, and when they were going to change, and if they could change. They might be in some big national contract. So these are the kind of things that you can bring into another industry. Now what I do is I make other companies better. People say, well, what does that really mean? I've installed satellites. I've installed undersea cables. I've installed and facilitated and managed from the central office to the end office. I've done HTTP. I've done fiber to the home, built out from an infrastructure all the way out to the end. And it's because companies have core businesses they have to focus on, and they don't have the ability, nor do they want to be able to take the time or have somebody that can think outside the box. Some people think outside the box. I never knew what the box was. So that's what I do differently.
All right.
And I know all of you guys have it in to do it too. Everybody, all women have the ability to do more than one thing. We're natural-born multitaskers. So, but a lot of times people want to put us in, and I'm happily married, and I maybe had helicopter pilots, egos are a thing. So, so people want to put you in this box. You don't need to be in a box. Remember, boxes are not our thing. Expand out of them, be gentle with them, let them understand that, I could do that. There's something you need done, I can do that too. Don't worry about my regular job, I can handle that, but let me do this. And that'll help us grow as a group and watch out for each other.
All right, thank you.